You can hit record and you can say we're live again. We're live. Let's be. It's the keyword. We're live. Prime Minds are back. We are all the way up to the great number, episode number 23. And I know you hear my voice. It might sound familiar. This is King Dab. It's been a while, but we're back and we're back at it. I'm joined by the Dip. I'm joined by Z Mackin. And it's been a while, guys. We haven't even caught up yet. But how are you feeling? What's going on? Right. We do have a special guest today. First, Mac, it's been a while since we chatted, bro. How's it going?
Oh man, it's wonderful. It's a beautiful weekend in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm fucking pumped to get back and talk with the boys. Gonna have a very special guest on today, and then get down to some dirty with some CA chat afterwards, man.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. With CA, a new combat guide came out. Combat itself came out. I hear that's fucking fun. We'll get into that later. And then some information on pets and beetles and what have you. So,
oh yeah,
a lot of shit happening. CA's fucking moving. But let's save that for a little bit later, and we'll do some market talk with By the Dip, our resident specialist over here. But let's get right into this. Look, we got a very special guest today on our first episode back. His name is Stephen Bliss from GTA fame, Vice City. If y'all spent a lot of hours like I did on Vice City, you've seen a lot of this cool-ass art that just got you into the mood. And Stephen Bliss is joining us today to talk about his art and to talk about a new project. Bring him up, man. Let's chat. Let's chat with our guest.
Yeah. Steven, can you hear us? I think you might be on mute.
Stephen is here, Mr. Bliss.
Oh, he keeps going back down to backstage. I'm going to bring him back up.
Yep. Let me give me just a second. I think I know what the problem is. Okay. My apologies.
No worries. Yeah, man.
All good. Who played Vice City back in the day?
Oh, all
or
day.
Still shit.
Yeah.
Oh, me. 100%. Let's see. Move him up now. Let's see if he can get him.
Okay, I'm moving him up.
All right, Steven, can you hear us now?
Mr. Stephen Bliss is in the building.
I think he might be fixing his audio. Oh, there he goes back down. It's okay, guys. Sorry for the
for the little technical difficulties.
Oh yeah. And we are live, by the way, so it's good that we're showing up on YouTube. I'm very happy for that, for our 23rd episode.
Oh, YouTube, hello.
Hello, YouTube, man.
I think Mars is in retrograde, fucking up with technology and communications. I read something like that.
Yeah, man.
Not that I'm into it or nothing. It's fun.
Hey, Steven, can you try and talk now? Because I'm sure you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. They're perfect. That is 100% my fault, people. Apologies on my role status. I'm not a Discord master yet.
You're working on it. Mr. Stephen Bliss, hello, welcome. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I understand about not being a Discord master. I mean, it's like, when I first saw it, it was like, there's no way I'm not going to join in with that because there's too many buttons. You kind of learn it after a while and it becomes easy, doesn't it? But I'm still discovering stuff on Discord.
Yeah.
So
for these guys, I wouldn't even be in here. But yeah.
Obviously, I love it now, and I love talking to the community, the Fear City community. Because, they're really, really encouraging and, really nice, and it's always good to get some affirmation. As of course, moaners turn up occasionally, as they do in every community. But at first, I would tell them to go and fuck off. But now I'm really, really polite now.
That's good. You need some support. So hey, keep them on your side.
Yeah, I mean, Discord taught me how to be a nicer person, I have to say.
Oh, good. So, I'm glad for it. So, Stephen, I know you have a project coming up, but let's back way up. Maybe over a decade or so. I'm I understand that you played a very big role in the art of GTA and Vice City. Explain that process. What was that like? Was that first of all, like, how did you get into art, and what made you think about doing art for a video game like that?
Well, I'd already been doing art, as a living, earning money for about, I don't know, like since 1986.
Okay.
And I only got to go to art college because my art master told my parents that I was pretty good and I could earn money from it. At that point, art college was really not very respectable, and I was supposed to go in the Navy and follow the family tradition. So after about 6 months of leaving college, I went to Japan and worked for a company called Hysteric Glamour, fashion company, and I was there for about 2 years, and that was pretty mental. But because of work I was doing in the 90s, Sam Hauser loved some of what I was doing. I had a company called Steroid that was selling high-end streetwear, and I did a cover for Massive Attack versus Mad Professor. And I think on the basis of those two bits of work, and we were very much into the same kind of cultural references, and being both English and growing up through the 70s and 80s, we had a lot of laughs together, and we were both into comic books. So he gave me the job, and I flew over to do the GTA3 cover. And of course, there was no precedent back then as to like where videos could be. There was no precedent to how big a video game could be. So I was, plodding along, doing this cover for Grand Theft Auto 3, and it's like, well, this is going to be cool, and this is a really good game, blah blah blah. And then suddenly, when it gets released, the sales never stop, and there's like millions and millions of games being sold, and it's like, this is mental.
Yeah.
But I was there for 16 years and worked on all the games up until GTA 5, and then I moved on to set up a lifestyle branding department at Rockstar, which was actually a lot of fun because I was kind of overdoing like the game artwork, and I wanted to do something more experimental. So they basically let me do what I want after GTA 5. I was like, they let me be an artist. And I think, if you know all that stuff I did with like the Esquire cover with the Evil Plants Rockstar logo, where the logo is made up of like opium and marijuana and cockroaches and snakes.
Nice.
It's on my
We've
website.
got that in the images. We've got that. It'll circle through eventually. Keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I was there till 2016, and it was, of course, it was incredible. And I learned so much about how to improve as an artist, because basically every job we had to make a style that was the same but different. Still had to be recognizable as Rockstar, as a Rockstar product, as a Grand Theft Auto product. Even Red Dead Redemption to be recognizable as a Rockstar product. So, but it had to be different.
Mm-hmm.
And
that all came from the vision you had with GTA3 and Vice City. I love the art to that too, with the bubble gum, the good looking women, the gangster type of look and all that, and then especially with Vice City, like a callback to the '80s and everything like that. How did that feel for a lot of people to look at your artwork and to kind of get big and blow up like that? When you said like they just kept selling millions and millions of copies, how did that feel?
Well, it was amazing because I'd always wanted to be, I think, as we all do as artists, recognized as an artist. And suddenly, this was that my artwork was getting into millions of people's front rooms, and the loading screens and the posters. It was a great feeling. And what was really weird and fantastic was I'd get up in the morning in the East Village and I'd walk to work, and I would pass like billboards and hoardings that had my posters plastered all over them, and it would be like I would walk past at least like 50 of my 50 posters, GTA3 posters or double pack posters or Vice City, and I'd get to work and it'd be like that. Well, that was really weird. And then I walk out into Canal Street and there's like I don't know what it is, like a 30-floor building with like the Warriors painted on the side or Grand Theft Auto covers painted on the side. So it's kind of one of my friends, Tristan Eaton, who's a famous mural artist. He always introduces me as the GTA artist who's had more billboards than any of them. All these like really successful mural artists, and it's kind of like, well, I didn't paint them at all, but it's good to be introduced like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And it's, and it's set me up well for doing something like Fierce City.
What got you into NFTs and then doing this next game and leading that, creating that? What was that process like? I guess what got you into NFTs first, and then leading into making creating a new game.
So Josh from Yellowheart called me up one day and he wanted me to do 5 NFTs of XXX Tenkashin. I don't know if you know that guy. He's a fantastic rapper. Unfortunately, got shot when he was like 21, but he was like a major visionary in music, and he would have been huge now. Anyway, his early music that he used to put on SoundCloud, they were releasing it as NFTs. So they wanted me to do 5 NFTs to go with the music. So I did that.
Oh, wow.
And then Josh said, well, why don't you do your own NFT? And it was going to be like one character with, back then you could do 10,000 variations on that one NFT. But the thing is, I thought, well, I'm going to do bigger and better and more than anyone else. So a year later, I'm still painting 6 characters with 300 traits. And the bear market kicks in because I've taken too much time painting everything. So, I mean, the lesson there is like, I could have probably stuck with like 2 characters and it would have been way more successful. But as it was, we sold out within 20 hours. But anyway.
What project was that? What project is that?
Fierce City.
Oh, this is the Fierce City. Got it.
Yeah. So he suggested, do your own thing. What was great about that is that for about 20 years while I was at Rockstar, weekends or after work, I would be making my own characters, writing my own stories, and they never really went anywhere. They were just stuck in my hard drive. And what blockchain enabled me to do was to pull them out and start imagining bigger stories for them, and like where they exist within a city called Fierce City, and what they do, and do they like each other, and who's corrupt and who's good, and who hates who and who motivates. I had to start imagining all that stuff. So blockchain and Web3 has really opened up my world of creativity. It's tough right now in the bear market, but I'm hoping it pays off at some point next year. We're talking and working with some really good people right now, so.
Got it. It was, so, the art part of the game is one thing, and obviously you're, top of the game in that. When it comes to the development of the game, did you meet up with a good team to make the game, or how did that go?
Well, at the moment, I have a long video gameplay deck already that I send out to game companies, and we're talking to people in game companies, but we haven't signed any contracts. It's all ready to go if someone wants to invest some money. So at the moment, that's being developed, but we're collaborating on other things that there's a company called BMV that we're working with at the moment, and I'm developing a 360-degree mech rabbit helmet that has covered in kind of missile launchers all over the head in chrome. I want it to be covered in diamonds, and it will be like they'll make the actual thing virtually, and you'll be able to buy it as a NFT token that gives you utility to be able to walk around the metaverse and earn money to earn to wear, it's called, and you'll be able to rent virtual clothing and make money from renting out your own virtual clothing. And so that's kind of where we're going right now with collaborations. Then we've got a 24-page comic coming out in Christmas, I think. 24 pages. It's going to give utility. So, the video game's not happening yet, basically.
Nice.
And the biggest
But
thing
it's
is working in the crypto space, Stefan. How different is it from working in Web 2?
Wow, it's there's something to learn every day, and it's so quick. It's kind of people lose control and reality of timing. Like Web2, a brand, Steroid, for example, that started back before Rockstar, that was going to take about 4 years to establish. But 4 years is like an eternity in Web3. So Fear City, I had people in the community complaining because from June to about August, we hadn't kind of like established something really huge. But it's unprecedented within the reality of the world that you can establish a brand within 3 or 4 months. So it's different in that way. I think we all have to realize that we need to be a bit more patient with everything, especially in the bear market. With Web3, it's like this weird kind of speeded up reality with all these funny little kind of rules. But the technology that is enabling us to make Fear City into something more, I don't know, technological and profound and weird, and the gamification of it, that's incredible compared to Web 2. Web 2 is pretty boring compared to Web 3.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So you talked earlier about coming out with a 24-page comic book series. How does that incorporate into the Fear City metaverse and the ecosystem that you guys are building?
The 6 comics, we're doing 6 comics. Each one is an origin story of one of the Genesis characters. So the first one is Thumper, who's a vigilante teenager that wears the head of a cuddly rabbit that's been possessed by an entity, and he goes around Fear City killing off criminals. So that one's written and painted and ready to go. At the moment, I'm writing Heaven and Hell, which is the next 2 comics. They're good cop, bad cop, female cops. They're sexy and really tough. And so I'm writing the story with 2 competition winners. So we had a competition on Discord to write a story about Heaven and Hell. And the 2 guys that wrote the best stories are now writing with me. And we have a meeting every Tuesday, and we are all 3 of us studying screenwriting. So it's kind of a weird process where either 3 people all learning at the same time how to structure a real story based on the hero's arc and creating conflict and resolving conflict, and it's very interesting. So those 2 we'll start work on those next year as regards the story when we've finished it. Thing is, we're so kind of like learning all the time, and the same with painting, that by the time we've written a story we think is really good and we've learned more about actually writing a screenplay that will translate as a comic, the less good it is because we know more. Having that with painting recently, my painting's been getting better, but it means that when I start a painting, it's at one level. By the time I've nearly finished the painting and got better during the painting process, the beginning bit looks rubbish. So I've got to repaint the whole thing again.
Right. Because now you know what you didn't know before, right? You look back at it, which is good. That's progress, as always.
That's definitely very Web3 though too, man. Not only is it progress, but it's Web3. You're building with your community. You're giving the community the opportunity, and you guys are building together. It's the direct influence of the community over the finished product. So that's really, really very forward thinking and of any kind of an art project at all.
Yeah,
let alone
it's of course it's very new to me. I would like to write the stories myself, but I found that the story I've written for Heaven and Hell, I give it to the lads to have a look at it, and they come up with such great ideas that I realized what I originally wrote was way off. And if I didn't have those 2 community members to point out where the story was going wrong, I would put out something much lesser. So
that's great. Are you looking at with the other major characters, looking at doing the same thing, like having community members help write the story and the background?
Maybe because it was a very popular competition. I feel like by the fourth comic, I can do it myself and hog it all for myself. But of course, I don't know. We'll put it. But having the process as a communal thing has been really, really rewarding. So we'll probably have the competition for another couple of winners to write the fourth one.
Nice. Can you talk a little bit about? Well, go ahead, Nick.
I was going to say earlier you said you mentioned that you have 6 characters. So let's take a little step back and will you kind of explain the whole Fear City universe to us, like what it's made up of, what your ecosystem is, like what you're doing over at the Discord, just a general idea of what Fear City is, because I guess we've been talking about it and we haven't really explained it to anybody who's listening what's going on.
Yeah. Well, on the NFT practical front, it was 6 NFTs, 6 characters released, like an edition of 3,333. As I said, it's sold out. We are developing those. They're selling on OpenSea. As for the actual city, Fear City, it's a Gotham-esque dystopian city that's mainly 70% female, really tough biker gangs, and a corrupt ex-Hollywood star mayor who's been married like 15 times. She's very popular because, just like Trump, people recognize him from television, so they vote, and she's a terrible leader. So there's all these kind of dynamics of characters going on within the city, and I need more time to kind of write more stories. Right now, it's about it's a 140-page deck, my Fear City deck, that's got about 70 characters or more now.
Nice.
And most of them have biographies, but I need time to kind of like develop them even further.
Got it. What are you looking at in terms of gameplay? What would the gameplay be like? What your vision is. I see that mentioned gangs and corrupt politicians. Is there a lot of strategy involved? There's a lot of maybe hand-to-hand combat, violence. What is that looking like?
What I've written so far is the 6 Genesis characters, or at least 5 of the characters, have to rescue the terrible mayor. She's been kidnapped, and the city's been overrun by beasts. So you have to shoot your way through the city and have to do missions. You have to fight your way through neighborhoods of like warriors. You have to fight gangs in certain neighborhoods. What else? There's stuff that I've written that I can't say I really want to, but it's kind of like, a shoot 'em up is not obviously an original thing, but some of the other stuff I've written goes off on a tangent, and someone else described it as completely mental, but I hope that we can make it the way I want it. But right now it's pretty much a shoot 'em up, but we'll have an option of not using guns, so you can kind of fight without guns. A more passive kind of like gun thing, because I kind of feel guilty. I'm not glamorizing guns, and I did, but it's right. Tough not to use them.
GTA was probably one of the most gun violent games out there, right? So, which I enjoyed a lot. So no shame in that. One of the best games ever made.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? It's like, especially boys. I mean, we all love shooting guns. I mean, I grew up kind of like we would shoot each other with bits of wood because we couldn't afford to buy kind of plastic gun lookalikes. My son, it's all about shooting zombies and stuff, and video games. So what are you going to do? I think men have yet to kind of rid themselves of that kind of caveman violent nature. Of course, there's a lot of women that are involved in gaming, but it's predominantly men, isn't it? It's predominantly males.
Escapism, straight to violence.
When obviously, if you had to accept the job to go do GTA, you had to have some interest in gaming. So, like, did you play games when you were younger? And if so, like, what games did you used to play?
We we were like my friends and I. We were all into. We were playing like the game with Game Boys when Game Boys came out. That was our thing, and we were completely addicted to them. We it just sounds so lame now. Like we were really
Oh
into
man,
and those kind of like Game Boy games. I feel like a real lame-o saying that, but anyway,
oh dude, I love
That's what we
playing
had.
Tetris. Tetris,
and
I love playing that. Dr. Mario, any of that kind of old stuff. It was fun on the Game Boy.
yeah, and we would play this racing game called F10. That was incredible. And after that, I didn't play a lot of games after that. And the first game I played was GTA 3. In 2001, they gave me the game to get to know before I started painting. So previous to that, I mean, I had other interests. Like I had bands, and I had the streetwear label, and I was really into painting. And I always felt a bit weird, kind of like staying up until 4 in the morning playing games when I could be staying up um, painting, and develop my painting skills.
Working on that art.
Actually, the next, someone's got to do it, I guess. After that, I found refuge in GTA 4 when I got divorced. I moved out into a really swanky hotel in Manhattan and took my PS4 and would play GTA 4 until 3 or 4 in the morning, and that was incredibly addictive. I'd have to force myself to go to bed, and it also makes you so kind of like uppity, so kind of like nervous and full of adrenaline, doesn't it? It was crazy.
Anxiousness, yeah. Get you on edge.
Comic Con. How was Comic Con?
It was fantastic. I got there and I thought I really don't want to be here because I've been really, really into my work recently. Well, for ages, always have been, but recently, kind of the pandemic bubble. I'm really, really got into my pandemic bubble of sitting down at 10 in the morning and working until 2 in the morning and just painting. So I was kind of like out in real life, surrounded by noise and thinking I really want to be back in my bubble. But as it turned out, it was one of the best weekends for a long time. I met some really good people, and I was with Scout Comics at their booth because they've just released an 8-page sampler of Thumper, the Fierce City comic. So I was signing for that, and had a few parties. It was a really good weekend. I think it might have been my first one I've been to ever. I mean, I went to the NFT conference in Miami last year, which was amazing. But I kind of stay away from conferences. They're kind of a little bit noisy for me.
Yeah, I get it. And so we uploaded one of these badges for the Fierce City. It looks like a shark with all kinds of money and chains on them. Could you tell us a little bit about these badges and what they mean?
Yeah, so the community Fierce City NFT holders, it was quite a lengthy process where we looked at their wallets, saw what they owned. If you own over 30, you're an Overlord Supreme. That badge has a eagle gangster with a AK-47 painted on it. If you're a legendary holder, there's 6 gold legendaries out there. Then you would get a gold Barb, the Mayor of New York legendary badge. And it goes right down to Fam, which is Thumper, the psycho killer vigilante in a trilby dressed up as a gangster. But the shark one you're talking about, we're going to give one of those away, but we need to devise what kind of like a question or a challenge so that they're worthy of winning one, because they're selling on OpenSea at the moment. The badges, but the badges give you utility. They give you like access into getting the gold, silver, or regular comics when we do the NFT release. and then the comics give you extra utility after that. For example, if you have a legendary badge or an Overlord Supreme badge, I will paint a 101 NFT portrait of you. So far, I've painted 5 of the community members that all have legendaries and over 30 NFTs. So that's been interesting. I mean, people are loving that. They me painting them as kind of that in my kind of Grand Theft Auto style.
Yeah, that sounds badass, man. I might have to get an NFT so you can paint me.
Yeah, anything below Overlord Supreme, I'm not sure if you get if you immediately get one. I think you have to go into a raffle. But yeah, I mean, it's again like the writing competition. It's something that the community really love. Obviously, getting themselves painted as gangsters, sitting on cars with guns, holding time bombs. It's great. They're loving it.
Nice. What about the PFP you have right now with the mask, the woman with the sucker? Is it a certain character?
So that's the mayor of New York.
That's the mayor. All right.
She doesn't look like a mayor, but she's kind of like messed up and a bit confused.
I like her.
Yeah, I like that one with the lollipop. Obviously, is a kind of reference to Lollipop Girl from GTA 4.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of little Easter eggs in all the traits that suggest different things and relate to different things. Like there's a few of the traits are octopus tentacles that come out of the eyes of certain characters. And one rare NFT has octopus tentacles hanging out of the top of the NFT, and that relates to the Octopussy strip club that's in Fizz City, where there's only 8 strippers. Obviously based on James Bond movie Octopussy, but anyway, so there's lots of different references, and that one is a GTA 4 reference. Lollipop.
Obviously spent a lot of time on this Fear City collection. I know you've said that you've worked on them for quite a while. We've got some art that we've been scrolling through that hopefully has been showing some of your old work as well as your new work. What I myself have a young daughter who's an aspiring artist. What would your number one piece of advice be to her? She's a young teenager and she's not really trying to necessarily make it big, but she wants to make some money off of her art so she can buy herself things. What would your advice be for someone like her?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities now for younger people to make money from their art, whether it's an NFT or setting up a Shopify store. There's loads of stuff available to people now. If she wants to have a career at it, or any young person wants to have a career, you've just got to work really, really, really hard, and it's a tough life, you know. I don't know anyone from my art college that survived. What is it, like 30 years since I left college or something? I don't know anyone else who survived it. I mean, I only survived it because I couldn't find anything else I was very good at. So I just kept on doing it until I got better and I could make decent money from it. But for young people, they've got to expect to kind of make sacrifices. They got to work really hard. They got to always aspire to be better. They got to get used to the idea of disappointment and then picking themselves up and getting on with the work again. But if people are not that serious about it and just want to make money, I mean, there's loads of stuff, isn't there, at the moment? But the problem is there's so much competition. So your daughter would need to find some kind of angle that would set her apart from everyone else who's doing it.
Okay. Get her own style, pretty much. Like obviously, your style has helped you create your image and brand, and that's what. So yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense. So we're getting close towards the end of the hour. We like to usually keep it around an hour. We'd like to talk a little bit about our other project, but let's. I got one last question for you, Steven, and then let's get some last words from you. What about Fear City are you most bullish? What makes you most bullish on this project that you're designing as a Web3 project with the Fear City community?
Well, this might sound arrogant, but it's just, I think, just how it is. I think it's some of the best artwork out there, and I'm very surprised that it's not huge right now. I think the fact that I worked at Rockstar and have that heritage, at some point, people are going to really pick up on that connection. I think simply because the artwork is really, really good and has ideas, and it can be adapted into Web2 IRL companies like video games and animation. The fact that it actually has some kind of substance, unlike a lot of NFT projects, it already comes with a story. It already comes with a lot of stories. And the fact that I have 70 to 100 characters already, it's all set up to be huge. All we need now is an investor to take it there. I'm not sure if there's a lot of other NFT companies that could actually make that claim. So I'm very bullish and confident about the artwork, and it's, as I said, it's getting better all the time. I'm looking at my Genesis painting now and thinking, fuck, I so much better than that now. And I keep seeing all mistakes in the Genesis paintings, and I mean, that's healthy. That's a good thing to see. So I'm bullish also in the fact that there's so many people that have companies that I really respect that have got in contact with me to work with me and collaborate with me, Whenever we do AMA on a Friday, I can be really down in the dumps about the project, to be honest, and I can be like completely beating myself up about it, especially in the bear market. And then we do the AMA on a Friday afternoon, and I got my team talking about what we're actually working on, and I'm like, wow, we're actually doing so much. And I'm kind of like, think you just wasted all your time beating yourself up,
Right. Always that. So I see it's on OpenSea. So folks that's listening and ourselves, we'll check it out. Fear City by Steven. Is it Steven or Stefan?
Steven.
Fear City by Steven Bliss.
At Fear City NFT. I am at Steven Bliss. We've got a tweet out there from Prime Minds Pod talking about the giveaways. Steven, it's totally up to you, but I think if you want to do some kind of community contest, I think it would be a great idea to have people go ahead and create their own art based on the Fear City collection, and then tag Prime Minds Pod and tag Fear City, and then we'll give it like 72 hours from when this starts, and then you as the artist, if you want to pick your favorite one to give the badge, and then us as the Prime Minds will pick our favorite community art piece and give a whitelist spot to Champions Ascension Elemental Mint. How's that sound to you?
That's a really good idea. And if some of your listeners that haven't actually joined the Discord community, Fear City Discord community, want to join.
That's going to be one of the only other requirement. Once you put that tweet out that you've tagged Fear City and Prime Mind Pods, join the Fear City Discord. There's a link in our description for this video, and put your proof in social proof. And everything that shows up in there, everything that shows up in the Fear City Discord social proof will be an entry, and we'll get access to it.
Yeah, a piece of fan mail art. I love that section of Discord the best. When people paint pictures from my work, it's so good, that people bother doing that. So nice. Bless the community. I love them, and it's really, really good talking to you guys. Thank you for having me on. Loving
this art. It looks great, Stephen. I'm on the hook for one.
Thank you for spending your time with us today, Stephen. We appreciate you coming on today.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you. Keep it up.
I will. Yeah. Bye.
I know. Guys, these NFTs look good. Oh, obviously, immediately just screams GTA, Vice City, all that. So it's a call back, and he's a fucking famous artist, and I don't think people understand. Millions and millions of his art has already been sold, and this is his NFT project. So
right,
I'm going to be looking.
Yeah, I've been popping up all his pictures during the whole podcast, and it's just amazing. Like the different concept, the kind of mind that goes into that type of detail for this type of art. It's really amazing. I'm really impressed. Like I'm uploading stuff as we speak, and I'll be sharing it. Yeah, this is honestly, it's probably some of the best art I've seen in the space.
I know, real artist.
It's yeah, from a real artist. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, I personally am a holder of one of his NFTs and one of the Fear City fan badges. Just so everybody knows, that's how we got access to having Stephen Bliss on with us today. Just for full disclosure.
Well, this is a good find, Mac. I like a lot of these. Yeah, it's 0.03.
Yeah. 0.03.
Not a bad floor.
Not bad at all.
Like $50 to be able to get in. No, 0.03 is like only $40 and some gas to get in. And even just to, if you pick up that and one of the Fear City fan badges, like you have almost full access. You'll have full access to pretty much anything that they do with just those.
And it's only 3,333 NFTs. It's his first run into the NFT market, Stephen Bliss. So, yeah.
And LT, Stephen Bliss is the artist creator of GTA. So all this work that we're putting up here is his artwork. He does have a project called Fear City, and that's what we were talking about today.
Yep. Run it back. You'll hear it. It was pretty good. Pretty great interview. We appreciate having him on. So a lot of good information. A lot of information about his project. So
yeah, project, his art process. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Shit. So yeah, I guess we mentioned a little bit. Is 0.03 is about $30. That means it sounds like we took a little bit of a dip. So by the dip, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the market? And let's get into some of that talk, some of this market talk. What's going on out here?
Yeah, man, big dump. I know there's a big dump. Like I said, that whole FTX thing. So basically, what FTX was doing was using the funds from their exchange to privately invest in stocks. So the liquidity wasn't locked up, and the guy ahead of FTX, the founder, went from having what I think it was like a little over 10 billion. Now he's like, it's in the millions. That's what he's worth now. Yeah, Jeffrey.
Well, I heard his tweet was famous. His tweet said something like, "Sorry, I fucked up." That was his tweet. Well, right? Like, what is this?
Yeah, that and like as you see, a lot of projects like BlockFi that was with FTX and all that is going to file for bankruptcy too. A lot of people's liquidity is locked up at the moment. So it's just a big mess, man. And that's why you see a big dump all across the board.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like now you're going to start getting regulators in this. You're going to start seeing a big push for even more regulation because of this. See, and it's like projects like this, man, like FTX, like Luna. It's projects like this that really hurt us in the crypto space, because that's what people are afraid of, right? And when you hear NFT, when you hear Web3, that's what you think about. And honestly, all of us have experienced rugs, right?
Yeah.
So you tell me NFT, like if I'm just a regular person, or if you tell me it's a Web3 space, like what I think of rugs and Ponzi schemes, right? And it doesn't help when big exchanges like FTX do something like this.
Yeah, because that's what grabs all the headlines. So if you're not into it yet and you don't know that there's some reputable companies, some that are not so reputable, and you're just hearing the headlines, there's big rugs, people losing all their money, or they're doing shady things and behind the scenes, it's good. Yeah, people might not want to get in, or they'll think twice about it. So not a good look over here. That.
No, not really. But in a lot of positive news, you do have a lot of projects like Champions Ascension, like some other games that are coming out that have really, with this Combat Alpha recently coming out, man, it's just, honestly, it's phenomenal. I'm trying to, I'm not, saying it because I own the NFTs. I'm really saying it from a gamer's perspective, and I think Z-Mac can agree. Like, it's fun to play.
Yeah, that was intro 2 days ago now, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah,
So was there?
yeah.
I'm sure there was a lot of hype leading up to it, and then game's out. And what's the general sentiment? Are folks liking it?
Everybody's enjoying it, man. Everybody is having a blast. There's a couple people who are having technical issues, and I don't know if that's just their own personal equipment going on, or if there are like server bugs that people are experiencing. But for the most part, like I've had an absolute blast, man. Like
Wow.
I've been into fighting games since I was younger. I played Street Fighter, Tekken, Dead or Alive, like all
Yeah.
those games, right? Mortal Kombat, obviously, all those games. I played Smash Bros, all that stuff. Like this is a blast, dude. This is
Wow.
definitely the people who made this game. Props.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the developers that we know your names, but the people who are behind the scenes that we do not know your names.
Yep,
Props. Like this is a very fun and engaging game.
it is.
Nice. So when you start off, we're in alpha. This is what this is, right? And we knew that you're going to be able to choose between certain characters. These were characters that were selected from the community, and what are those characters you can choose from?
So you could choose from the AOS, the Karkadon, and the Whisperer right now.
Okay.
And
Is it just 3 with all the same traits, or is it?
it's
What
3
is that
with
looking like?
different traits, different divinities. I like to think the AOS is more of a long range fighter, and then the Whisperer's balanced, and then the Kark's just like a tank.
Nice.
100%. AOS is the only one that has an actual long range attack,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 100% fairly fucking cheap. Like, yeah, like they called out. You guys called out earlier. I'm already fucking. I'm kind of a little bit of a sweat on this already. But like, there's already ways that you can cheap skills, cheap fucking run around and just attack
Just
people from
blast
afar.
people.
And nah, it's like one of those things where it's like you could sit from afar and chip away at somebody. Where it's
Yeah.
not even. It's never a fun fight, right?
Yeah.
Like
Well.
the AO's having the one they have the skill that it shoots out a rotating ball, and it's just super cheap.
Okay. I see.
I'm just
And I see
venting.
her.
I'm
I
just
see
venting.
her. The damage she causes is a little bit higher than the rest, but then her defense isn't up. So if you get a hold of her, you can kind of get her.
Yeah, you can ragdoll her
That's the part.
with the Kark for
Okay.
sure.
Oh, the car could just tear it apart, especially if you get. They have the life Kark where you could just get them in a horn lock. Yeah, you could wreck her real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So, what do you guys like playing with? What's the character you like the best? And then it looks like each type of character is represented in these 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what character do you like?
I enjoy the Whisperer a lot.
Really? I know
Yeah.
you're the tank guy. You like the tanks, though.
I do like the tanks. I'm just not good with them.
You got to get
You-
get a little bit more practice in, huh?
Yeah, and you know, this whole week I've been doing evaluations and just been very busy running on the ground. But I've been watching and I've been analyzing. And yeah, the Kark, if you're a skilled player, the Kark is going to be really, really dangerous unless they do some type of nerf.
I love
Mac,
the
who
Kark.
do you like playing with?
I love the Kark, man. Whoever's life Karkadon that is, great champion, very much so. I'm a fan of, like, I am House of Death, but I am fan of life's parts abilities, very much so.
I'm just
They gave us a breakdown recently. CA broke out a version 2 of the combat guide
Yeah.
and told us what all of the different parts actual abilities will do by breakdown by house. So yeah, life parts give you restoration of health, which is clutch for surviving long battles.
Yeah, and
Especially
you know
when-
what's really OP is anything death, because like if you get bit or if you get hit with death horns, you're automatically just gushing out health.
Oh yeah, 100%. You take double damage pretty much if you get hit with death horns, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
What does a divinity do that's different with death or life parts? How does that? Is it just more of a damage?
I It's a stronger version of the attack is the easiest way to think about it, right? You're doing slightly more damage and slightly longer effect. So like for example with the life horns where you knock someone's body out, if you have just a common horn, you're going to do X amount of seconds. Let's say it's 2 seconds, right? But if you have the divine horns, you may be doing like 2.6 or 2.8 seconds. And that's enough time to get in an extra swing or finish a swing and start into a new combo sometimes. So Divinity may have like a role in being able to combo into different moves quicker.
And I think it's a knockdown too, for sure.
Right, a little knockdown effect. And so the life parts, you get your health back. The death parts, it's like a it drains the health when you hit the opponent. And arcane, it looks like some sort of agility effect or stun effect. What is that like?
Arcane's all over the place, man. So like arcane, I know for the arcane claws, it makes it so that your abilities don't go into a cooldown effect. And that thing was so OP on Thursday that they had to change it already after the first 4 hours. They had to change it because none of your stuff would go into cooldown for 2 seconds, which means you could get a bunch of different attacks off it once you got them in that loop. And then so they changed it down to 1 second,
right?
Which does make a difference, but the arcane tail makes you switch places with your opponent in the ring, right? So completely different effect.
Yeah. It's a wild card almost.
Yep, it is almost. And then the horns they do make it so that you do increased damage.
Okay.
So like they're all different. The arcane is like the smorgasbord of different effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's very skill based, very strategic, like playing a chess match. Like me and Benzaga had, and shout out to Benzaga, man, because that was an epic match me and him had. He posted it. It's 14 minutes, man, 14-minute long match.
I see that match of the night. I seen that match of the evening. Benzaga versus Dip the Conqueror.
Yeah, man, and he was a Kark and I was a Whisper, just dodging, playing chess, man. It's a really fun game.
Oh man, nice. I'm on. So Thursday through Sunday is the gameplay.
Thursday through Saturday.
Okay, so then one more session tonight.
Yes, one more session tonight in about 2 hours.
Go get yourself a computer, Dev. Whatever else other plans you had can wait. Go get a computer.
Today's a special family day.
That's
I've been
right.
away for a while.
Congrats on that win,
I'm
man.
flipping you stuff.
Yeah, congrats on the win, by the way, Dad.
Oh, we're not talking about no wins. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that more when we get the chance to catch up. But yes, Dav has done some good things recently.
That's right.
So shit. Next week will be the new week. With this being Alpha Combat, it looks like from what I'm hearing is that they're taking all the information in and nerfing things, making things better like they said they would. What are y'all feeling like how's this going? Where do you think this goes? The game's great. Obviously, I think we expected that. How are you feeling about it?
Seriously, man, like CA's changed the game.
It is.
I have, I've researched so many projects of lately, and by far, like, but this gameplay is just the next level. Like, it's already solidified. The first day I played it solidified it. And if you're not in, or if you have your primes listed, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You need to take those off.
You're calling me out, man.
Buy them. You guys have offers on, then accept my offers.
You're calling me out. I have one listed on accident. I gotta take it down. I don't want no way to buy it, so I'm not gonna say much.
I talked to you yesterday, and you said you were gonna take that offer. I looked at it last night after I know you were asleep, and it was still listed.
Because I drained my wallet, man. I drained my wallet right in time. I have the gas to take it out right now. So nobody.
$2 to delist it, man. I'll send you $2, Dab.
Yeah,
you're that.
Right, send me $2. I'll delist
it. Prime Minds.
I got to go through the whole Coinbase process. I took mine out right before this big dump, so I got lucky there.
Yeah, you did.
now I have no fucking money for gas, not even $1. So my shit's sitting up there, way under where it should, way low.
Yeah, 2D, right? Do you have a 2D?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to talk about what it is because somebody might buy it. I don't want them to.
Oh.
He's got a 15p and a 7D.
Sitting up there for $50 fiat.
Just ready to get sniped.
We're gonna get sniped. I got it up there ready for everybody. Well, shit. That's good news. What else? So the combat guide came out. It said things are separated into 4 main parts. I've seen that: weapons, family, the parts of the NFT, and then the essence. Mm-hmm. What about the weapons? Are we? Will that be a big difference maker? Is there any information on that?
I think it will.
We haven't gotten much info on it yet, man.
Right. But I think based on the combat guide, it's going to add much more complexity.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, too. We got to think is, like, right now we're probably playing with the top tier players, right? Like, they probably gave them, other than, like, the diamond hand or whatever special ability weapons they're going to have, like, these are probably, like, the top tier weapons with being in Prime Eternal hands.
Mm-hmm. Like the best weapons we're playing with right now. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like how most video games start, right? Like you always start with the best shit, and then you lose it, and then you're like, "Fuck, I gotta go back to not having all of this." It's that teaser. It's like that first hit of whatever your drug dealer just gave you. You know, you want to get some more after, so you got to go back and keep chasing it, man.
Just like that. But even equipping your character though with the right weapon, you know, I'm sure that has to play into the strategy too. You know,
yeah, definitely.
What the weapons do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These are all just base weapons right now, but imagine when you can upgrade them. It's gonna be dangerous, man.
Right. Holy shit.
War paint's a big thing too. War paint definitely helps. That's what I've been paying attention to a lot as well.
What does war paint do then?
Orange.
It protects you from increased like damage. Like say if you have arcane war paint and someone has death horns and they get you with those death horns, it's not gonna take as much damage off. It's gonna protect you.
Okay. Like a defense, like a shield.
Yeah.
That's good. That makes sense.
10% damage. Max 10% damage per hit. Though that's the thing is per hit. Mm-hmm. So like Dip said, if someone hits you with those arcane horns, so you're taking extra damage, it will help limit any other big hits from being too effective.
Good stuff.
Right.
All right, let's touch on the. Oh, go ahead. But yeah, I get it.
It's all speculation, but good defensive plays.
Mm-hmm. Good. And looks like we're talking about the Beedall recently and burning some pets.
Yeah.
What's that looking like? Beetles are out? What's going on there?
Beetles are rare.
The portals to Hela? Yep.
Nope. Beetles are going to be really rare. That's what I know. I don't know if they're going to burn them again. It might be a thing where they burn them every Halloween, or we can catch them every Halloween. But right now, what was it like? Only 152 beetles were actually minted. 900 pets burned. Just to get 152 beetles, so yeah, these are real rare right now.
Okay.
I mean, I highly doubt they're not going to open the portal again before next Halloween. That would be kind of ridiculous without saying anything to anybody about it. But
you never.
I only had one opportunity to be able to do it, and I would have only had a 75% chance and had to burn two Zivas. So I was like, no, I'm good.
It's tough.
Some people got 90% and still got ash. They didn't get a beetle.
Yep. Oh.
Yep. So, no way
explain how you get percentages.
Nope.
Explain that how you get 70% or 90%.
So they have to fit the traits.
Yep. They had a portal open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dip's right. They had to fit traits.
I seen that. Yep. The orange active background and things like that.
Yeah.
They called out pet type, a favorite toy, and a personality type, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you get a % for each of those, and then if you had multiple traits, you'd either get a 5 or 10% bonus. So,
yeah,
the more pets you sacrificed, the higher your chances were of getting one.
Exactly. I got lucky. I got one that was a 30% chance, and I got a beetle.
Of course, Dip. Of course, Dip gets the luck.
And then there was one point I burned 9 pets and got Ash.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, you came out with the beetle though.
Yeah,
you got one.
I got 2. Yeah, I got 2.
Good. Nice. Good.
And in the game, they might be little miners, man. They might be going around with you around the map, stealing shit. So I thought it was very important to try to get at least one.
Yes. Yep.
I did too, but I went on OpenSea and I was like, oh, I have to pay $50 a piece to try and get these people that match. And some of them were like, people were listening for 0.3 ETH and shit. Like, these people are tripping.
So where's it at? Where's the beetle at now? What's the floor?
Ooh, I haven't seen. I was talking about when people were trying to get pets to sacrifice.
Yeah.
They put them on super high on the prices. People were pumping them.
Is there a beetle floor?
Let me see the beetle floor. I'm gonna look at the beetle floor right now, and it should be in the pets. But yeah, the beetles. I think they're worth. They were high during the event, but let's see how they are now.
Yeah, I can pull them up too.
Yep, there's 200.
Yeah, I think it's time for me to get some.
Okay, we have them at 0.3 floor. Wow.
Oof, jeez.
Wow.
That's the price of a.
That's almost the price of a prime.
A prime. Beetle's a PE. Okay.
And P-Ray point. Yeah, he listed 4. You just listed 4, P-Ray. You got 4 beetles to spare? Jeez.
Spare? P-Ray's trying to flip a couple of those in for primes.
LT floor for beetles are 0.3, bro. 0.3.
0.33.
Looks like I only see 4 for sale.
There's a whole bunch.
There's a whole.
Oh no, there's
only 4 for sale. Yeah, everybody's keeping them, man.
Why not?
They got a Grondel Death Beetle. Oh, you see?
Look at this guy. Sorry, Dip.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at nice shopping.
Yeah, who's owning this? Who's ever wallet? Who's this wallet? Spider Drop owns it. Spider Drop. Let's make a trade if you're watching this.
Make a deal.
I do got an arcane beetle. I got an arcane beetle I can trade you. Oh, man.
With the pizza slice.
With the pizza slice. Yeah, man. Let's do that.
This is good, man. This is good. Yep. So I'll be in the combat starting next Thursday, for sure. We'll get down to business.
I want to watch your first match, man.
Let's do it.
Whatever I gotta do, dude. Whatever I gotta do. It takes some time.
We'll start. I'll stream it. We'll start streaming some matches here.
Yeah.
Why not? Figure out how to do Twitch and stream my match tonight. For the OpenSea, or for the later session of Slice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out how to get my Twitch Z_Mackin. Same name, just underscore between the Z and the M.
All right.
Yep.
Dip, you gonna stream or what?
Yeah. I have evaluations during the second Slice, so I'm pretty sure I'll be watching Z Mackin battle. Yeah, man.
You want to explain your evaluation process to us?
Watch me beat all of your players, Dip.
Do you want
to give us background on what this evaluation thing is? Because I don't even know. Do you want to catch us up, or what do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? Want to talk about that?
I mean, the evaluation process is just it's with us it's fairly quick.
Are you looking for good fighters? What is this whole thing? You got to tell me. Give me background.
Yeah, I'm looking to see how well they catch on to the game without instruction. So right off the first of the bat, I just say, are they using their movements well? Are they using their dashing? Are they adapting to the game mechanics well? Did they study the combat guide? Because if they did, then they would have a better idea of how the combat's going to work. Just stuff like that, man. Because when you're searching for the best players possible, that's what you got to search, right? Right off the bat. And I've evaluated some players that are just elite right off the bat, And then
Damn.
evaluate some players that are like, okay, they might be an average player in the future. You can kind of really see it just by like for instance, Z-Mac, and when he started playing, he started dominating right away. So that's kind of
Damn.
what I look for.
That's promising for you.
Yeah.
Early dominations, promising player.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Early
Mac,
domination.
you're a stud. Mac is a stud. Okay. So, do you want to give us background info, like on how, or is that determined, like what the evaluations will lead to, and what that looks like for a good player? Or are you
Yeah,
figuring that out still? Mm-hmm.
yeah. Some stuff I can say, some stuff I can't. But yeah, if they meet the requirements, then definitely they're gonna have a very good opportunity to make an impact on the game and be compensated for the time they are playing. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So I can't say too much, guys, but I promise you that it's going to be a very interesting next couple of months.
Damn. So get your skills up and hit up Dip. How, like if people want to be evaluated by you, or are they reaching out to you in boxing? How's that working?
I'm keeping my eye on a couple of people, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So you'll find them. They don't find you. You find them.
I kind of have an idea who's really good at this game, um, because I know a lot of you. I've been watching a lot of your matches. Um, I've been trying to play. The first session I played quite a bit, but I've just been so busy with other stuff that most of the time I'm watching matches. So I already
All right.
know a couple of dominators out there, and yeah, next couple of months are going to be interesting, especially for Champions Ascension. So if anybody ain't on the ride now, man, get on it.
Get on.
Get
It's
on
still a
it.
good time to get. Still a good time to get in. It always is. It seems like
Yeah, before the train leaves, man, get on that train.
for sure. I think last subject is the Elemental Mint should be coming out. What's the new date and what's that looking like? What are our thoughts on that?
So it was supposed to be, as we know, in for Halloween, but they did push it back, and I think it was a smart thing for them to do because this combat alpha entices people to actually go and participate in the mint. It is a free mint. You have to get your whitelist. They moved it to December. Don't know if it's going to be early December. My guess, just me speculating, is probably going to be in mid December, maybe around the same time the combat alpha came out. Seems like they like to release stuff around the 10th.
Mm,
So yeah,
that's a good season. Everybody's inside. It's winter. There's a fucking recession still. It might be cheap to do a free mint and play a good video game.
oh yeah, and I mean the elemental mint is going to be your access to play the game. So if you haven't got a prime, or if a prime right now is just too pricey, because I think the floor is around point 0.4, a little above point 0.4 right now. Wait for those elemental mints. They're just going to be a free mint. It's a skill based game. You can beat a prime in battle. And I'm pretty sure a couple
Mm-hmm.
primes are going to be beat by elementals in battle.
Right.
Definitely gonna be some primes that are gonna get beat by elementals, especially when I start playing elementals.
They're going out for them.
Yeah, I
Nice.
think I'm gonna definitely grab a couple elementals off the secondary market to fill my house because I just want to have a full stable of champs, right?
Yeah,
And if
yep.
they're free, I know we're gonna be getting a lot of gamers, but I really hope there's still gonna be some that are fairly cheap on the floor, and that's gonna be beneficial for us as a community, anyways. I kind of think it's gonna be a week or two later than the 10th, like right before Christmas.
Right.
If they do the mint right when a lot of kids go on Christmas break, like that weekend before Christmas break, I think that would be a really good time for them to do it because there'll be a lot of kids that are on their phones and computers a lot and see all the advertisement they could put money into. And if they have something brand new and just started vacation, what do you think they're going to do with their entire Christmas vacation?
Yep.
Fucking play
Playing.
Champions Ascension, bro.
Hell yeah.
And
Oh,
tell their
shit.
friends about it, and that's gonna drive this. That'll be a really good. If they mint right before Christmas break for kids, that would be the optimal time, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you got to think that, even with the, recession in talks and things going down, people are still going to play the games, and especially champions, right? If you can get an elemental for free and pay a couple bucks in gas, like, And this combat is really fucking fun. Like, I could play it. Honestly, I was playing, and then when it was over, I was like, really? Already? Like, it was one of those. So
Every session dip, and I feel the same, bro.
Damn.
yeah, man.
So y'all already hooked?
It's an addictive game.
For sure. And they haven't even introduced any of the outside stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is just the PvP.
Right.
There's no PvE, no MMORPG, no building, farming, collecting, no tokens. This is just combat, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out again to the entire Champions Ascension development team.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking killing it.
Yeah.
They are definitely killing it. And it's not even to that point, it's not even your own baby yet. Like, think about when you play with your own NFT, how much more of like a connection you're going to have to that in the outcome of that game.
Well, that's the thing too, is you have, right now as it stands, we have 9 players to play with. So you have an easy way to be able to determine what the fight could possibly be like. Mm-hmm. But there's currently 7,600. Imagine playing Mortal Kombat and having over 7,500 different players to choose from. Right? You'd spend a little bit more than a quarter to play as each different character. But that doesn't even include the 10,000 elemental mint, nor any of the multitude of offspring that are going to be coming out of all of the breeding.
And the scary thing is, the highest we've played with was the 2 divine. I'm really interested in what these 3 divine and higher are going to do, and how OP their moves are going to be. Yeah, that's really interesting to me.
Yeah. Right.
Especially when you take into House Effect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is there any 3Ds on the market these days?
Expensive. Very.
It went up.
I think what?
Yeah.
Sure.
2D floors, what? 3 ETH? 2 ETH? Something.
I don't know. My Champions Ascension tab keeps going back automatically to Avs and seeing that it's still listed. So let me get back to their original channel and throw a filter on really quick.
Yeah. Yeah, see, 3 ETH is about almost 2 ETH floor. See, I mean 2D.
Yeah,
3D is 1.89 and then 2.1. So it's a little bit higher than 2 ETH. And there's one under the floor.
And then Sphinx, the play to the P2E and only 18 and over. You know what, man? That's a good question, but I think that the open world is probably going to have a bigger broad of different ages, I believe. Because we got to remember, it's not only battling. You're going to be able to do dungeon raids. You're going to be able to do missions. You're going to be able to do just a lot of different other game modes. As we see the mini games as well with the crab and the dodo and the exploration of land, maybe farming, maybe mining. So I could see a lot of different ages playing different aspects of the game.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. I guess we're launching the game, huh? We're here. Shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking looking good.
Yeah, definitely, guys. I'm bullish, man. I bought another Prime. I bought another Prime last week.
Oh, bro, I got offers in on Primes right now. Like I just put an offer in while we were talking on another Prime. So.
Oh, you see some good ones, huh?
There's one that I already put an offer in, and they lowered their buy now price. So I'm just putting in another offer. You know, the 0.01 below that to see if I can get them to just come down the extra 0.01.
Yeah, just nudge them a little bit. Oh man, shit.
So yeah, dude, you need to get as soon as you can get in the game, man. Get in it because it's fun, dude.
I'll be there. Then I think after you play, I think Max said it. Like after you play, you get more of an idea of the Prime that you want.
Yeah.
So then you can start putting offers in on those specifically.
Yep.
Bliss, if you need that $5, let me know, or sell me your shit.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
Nice.
I'm delisting I hope I'm delisting. I just didn't want to do that whole. Sometimes you get lazy. I didn't want to do it last week.
I told you I'll give you $5. No big deal. I'll send you $5 and you can delist it.
I need $1, literally.
He's like, I need $1. Yeah.
One. If you got it, send it to me, Mac.
You know it, Dad. I got your back, bro.
Send it to me. All right, guys. Shit. This was a good time back, man. I'm glad we're back in the groove of this. Feeling good. Parting words, Mac. What you thinking?
I am so bullish right now on this entire project. Like I said, I've got an offer in. I asked the woman if I could go and spend some extra money, and she got so pissed at me. So I'm like, oh fuck, I can only do one for now. I was gonna try and pick up 3, bro. So
Is your and Mac? I know you've been a resident NFT degen for a while. You made me and dip into NFT degens. Mm-hmm. Is a lot of your focus just back over here? Are you still degening across NFT space? What are you doing?
I'm all over the place, man. But the new projects, I'm kind of definitely tapering off of new projects. I've got quite a few, and it's all games. All games, man. Almost everything that I am interested in tends to be game focused in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, because NFTs and gaming just make so much sense to me.
My boy he owns a rare operator for Shrapnel too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I just bought a couple legendary boxes for the Harvest. Yep. I got some pirates for Pirate Nation. I got all kinds of stuff recently, man. So I'm still out here DJing hard, bro. Just not spending as much time trying to invest into new other projects.
Nice, doubling down NFT gaming.
I still lurk in CA all the time. May not be as active posting, but I'm still lurking all the time. So.
Got it. Dip, how you feeling, man? I think you gave us a preview. You're bullish. Unpack that. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, not financial advice, but I'm definitely DCAing champions. Yeah, man. Thursday was just really a nail in the coffin for me, man. They really surprised me. Like Oscar Hobbs to the team, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Just building in this bear market, dealing with all the market conditions and everything, sentiments. Like, you guys are doing an amazing job. Yeah, man.
They showed out, huh?
Just very bullish, man. Very excited for the future of this game. I can't wait 6 months to now to see where we're at, to see how far along we've gone. We have a great mechanics to the game already. And pretty soon, gamers are going to see that.
Dang. Oh. Shit, I'm in. So, yeah, I guess I'll leave on that word. I've not played yet. I guess I'll have my first experience next Thursday. But I'll tell you what, if fucking Z-Mac and Buy the Dip is saying this, that I'm fucking also bullish. We knew the game was going to be good, and it exceeded those expectations. Shit. I'm about to take my little prime that I have listed. I'm about to take her off of the market. And I'm going to get my equipment, and I'm going to sit down here and fucking play and get in like the rest of everybody else. So, fuck it, LFG.
LFG, baby.
Let's go.
See you in the arena, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to sweat, too. I don't know if I can make the cut, Dip, but you'll see. Like, I got a little bit of skills. I can do a little something. All right, with that said, this was episode number 23. Check us out. Any other announcements, guys, before we go?
Yes, 100%. We do have another Champions Ascension whitelist giveaway for anybody who's listening. This one's going to be 72 hours. All you need to do is you need to go onto the tweet that we put out that essentially says we're doing the free giveaways. It's linked down in the description, and go ahead and put on there Ascended. Just put a comment on there, Ascended. Make sure you like, retweet, follow everybody that's on there. Everybody that's put Ascended as a comment on there will be entered into a drawing for that Champions Ascension whitelist giveaway in 72 hours. All right, guys?
Damn. Dope. I need one of those myself. Maybe I can win. Can I win?
Everybody can win. That's what I've been told, is everybody can win. So.
All right, I'm doing it, man.
Even a Prime Mind host? All right.
I mean, That would be kind of skeezy for us to do.
I'll wait for the next one.
I might just live stream it and do a double roll and be live streaming it after I get your ass.
Right. Fuck it, I'm joining. We'll see what happens.
All
All right, y'all. This was episode number 23. We're back on schedule. Here is next Saturday, and every other Saturday, unless something else happens. Until then, as always, prime minds think alike. We're out.
I just like the sound of it. I just like the sound of it.